I have to do a psychic video because this week has been sort of pressing me to do one. And woo woo hippy dippy terminology alert. Um, I'm gonna have to use some woo woo terms here to try and describe what I'm experiencing, so please forgive me if that annoys you. I know it's annoying, but some of these words I don't have any other terms for, so these are the terms I have to use. Those of you who are fine with woo woo, great. um, I have been following an energy. Please forgive me if I don't make any sense here, but this energy grabs me by the neck and it won't let go. And it's a very strong individual psychically. And they don't consider themselves psychic, but they're grabbing me by the neck now for months. And I am riding along with this person on this journey. And I don't know what this is. I don't pretend to know what this is. It's amazing. It's great. It's sexy. It's fun. It's romantic. It's unbelievable, even for me. And I've experienced some really wild, weird things. But they're slowly revealing things to me that are of a very intuitive nature. And they're having what I can only call a second awakening, because they've been using perceptual filters to guide them and using terminology to distance themselves from the woo-woo, which I totally get, I totally understand, I totally empathize with. Because especially if you're a guy, especially if you're a heterosexual male in Western culture, you will be mocked. You will be shamed for traditionally, if you're thinking in a 20th century mindset and even a 21st century mindset. Not too many people are going to dig being told that you're having prophetic dreams and several days later the events come true. And I'm right there with you. And it's terrifying to have that happen. I mean, personally speaking, having had that happen to me, there are some events that I haven't even talked about because they were happening simultaneously as I was having dreams about them happening. And then I would wake up and I would read the news and there would be, oh, there's a massacre in Nigeria that just happened at a school. And I was having a dream while it was literally happening. And it creeped me out, and it was so horrifying that I woke up in a cold sweat and my heart was pounding furiously, and it was horrible. I thought, oh my God, what a horrible dream. And then I looked in the news and there were something like 175 people dead in Nigeria by a lone shooter who'd gone crazy. I think that was in April of last year. So no, we're in April now. So that's weird that I'm talking about this, but it almost is like exactly to the day, perhaps, this happened. And it was horrible. It was horrible. And I didn't want to talk about it. And I didn't have enough time to talk about it anyway. And there wasn't anything I could do about it. So I totally get it. I totally get how that is a burden and horrible and hard to live with and hard to deal with. And it's really tempting to just kind of shove it aside and try and pretend like it isn't what it is, or try and rationalize it to try and distance ourselves from it. When we are empaths, things like that happen. And I know lots of people that have had prophetic dreams and visions, but I haven't ridden on that ride with them as intimately as I have with this person. And they are part of a small but important group of men that I am getting energetically are having, and I'll talk about more what I mean by second awakening. They're having a second awakening. A lot of these guys, thank God, are martial arts people, and they've been trained in an ancient tradition that's thousands of years old, in some cases, to become aware of their surroundings. And part of martial arts, there is a tradition of martial arts, and I am not the expert. I've never even taken a martial arts class, but I do understand energy a little bit. And I've met several Asian martial arts masters who were doing energetic things, and I was able to psychically pick up on what they were doing without them telling me. And then when I told them, they were amazed. But that I knew instinctively and energetically and psychically that they were doing something that was manipulating the molecules in the air. And there are many different styles of teaching of the types of development I'm talking about, martial arts development. You could call it mind arts almost, but it's getting so in tune with your physiokinetic structure and your neurons, your neurological structure, that they're all kind of working together and comes some kind of seamless thing where you basically have eyes in the back of your head. And you sort of take this sort of 360 degree or 180 degree vision, and you somehow expand it. You somehow take it beyond that, and you somehow, what are the words? I'm trying not to be too rambling here, but I'm trying to be succinct, but it's so hard. It does something. It expands your awareness, and in expanding your awareness, it does activate something. When you activate chakras, when you activate energy sections of your body, and you acknowledge pain centers that are hidden, and I do this a lot in my practice, where I basically start sessions doing energy work, and that is like what I call cleaning the windshield. And that literally, when I remove those energy blocks that have been there in some cases decades for people, they will have a release of energy. They will have a release, almost, I liken it to a sigh of relief feeling. And then the work can begin. Then I can see what's inside of the car, so to speak, that is their vehicle that they're driving, once I've quote unquote cleaned the windshield energetically. And this is happening with some men I'm seeing. Hippy dippy word alert, getting ready to use another woo-woo term. Don't grit your teeth, it's okay. I don't have another term for this, but I'm feeling like in the case of these things, with the very few men I'm picking up on who this applies to, and I consider them all protectors, and I love them very much, they are awakening in their second awakening from all of that first awakening of awareness that they trained into them through meditation and body work and energy work and an understanding of chakras and an understanding of Eastern martial arts philosophies, codes, what have you. You do develop something. You do develop, for lack of a better term, a sixth sense. Well, now what's happening is these same people, this very small but dedicated group of gentlemen I'm referring to, are suddenly having what I call the second awakening. I'll get into detail into this. And this is very important for men, but also women. But I'll get into detail in this in a part 2.